too late the other day.
That's all good. Hi, everyone. Welcome to El Casa de Zorro. I am your person that's talking to you, Zorro, and my guest, Mr. Woods.
House of the Fox.
Yes, House of the Fox. Now I need to actually get a logo to have the Fox logo. It'll be all perfect. But anyways, I'm gonna put the link in the Gunchannels side for Hangouts. If any of y'all wanna come and talk to us, you're more than welcome to. Other than that, how's everyone doing? Let me put up the chat for the YouTube side. Hold on.
Was that way that when I hit the chat button, it's not working because you didn't turn that part on yet?
Sorry, I didn't want the feedback from the other thing that I just put for the YouTube side too. Kind of like what happened last time.
Right.
So, kind of getting the hang of it, kind of. Hi Vanessa Kitty, how are you? Hope all is well. Is there any certain topic you want to talk about, Woods? Anything?
We kind of beat shotguns to death the other day.
Yeah. Let's see here. How about rifle slings? Yes. Rifle slings.
Do you know a lot about that? I use cheap ass rifle slings.
I recently bought 2 slings. I bought a Magpul, I think is a 4-point sling, and then I bought a regular, I guess, Dick's Sporting Goods sling for a rifle.
What were you doing in Dick's Sporting Goods?
They're
fucking terrible. They fucking hate fucking guns. Don't do that.
I know, but that's the only place where I could find slings.
You can find slings on the internet. Fucking don't do that. You should set that place on fire.
I don't know about that one, but I only bought 1 sling from there, so. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I bought ammo from there just for the fact they're a lot cheaper than my gun shops. A lot.
Oh, okay. Well, you have only a couple options, right? So I'm gonna forgive you a little bit. Isn't there any? There's no. You don't have like Walmarts or anything?
We do have Walmarts. It's just the Walmart that I go to is a little bit farther than Dick's Sporting Goods, and they barely opened this new Dick's Sporting Goods maybe like 15 minutes away from me, and the nearest Walmart is about 20-ish, 25-ish.
Drive the extra 5 minutes. What the hell are you gonna do with 5 minutes? Come on now.
I guess, yeah, I think I should do that. But
that's shameful.
Isn't Walmart anti-gun too, though?
Not as bad as Dick's Sporting Goods. When Walmart's just capitalism and they crush all the competition, but that's a whole nother debate.
Okay, I'll go to Walmart next time, but I don't think they sell slings.
No, you're not. You're gonna go to Dick's and just not tell me.
Dang it! How did you know that?
Dude, I've been a villain since before you were born, man.
Oh, okay. All right. So okay, that 4-point sling. Oh, you buy one? Okay. Maybe that's a kitty. Yeah, I have a 4-point sling on my AR, and
so wait, what the hell is a 4-point sling?
So you can either put one's connected to the rifle, and then the other one's connected to basically that holds basically around your torso, kind of. Okay. And you can change it from like where it connects to the rifle at the front and at the end. It's basically modular. You can do it multiple different ways. So it's
basically your gun's tied to you.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I know I'm gonna get shit for that. I don't like that. I don't want anything tied to me. Fuck that. No. But I'm an old man, and I got old man ways. I do a whole bunch of shit that's not super tactical. I'm sure it's a really great tactical thing. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just not. I don't do shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know too much things about slings, but I bought that one piece. It looked fancy. Now I bought that from the Magpul online store, so there I bought that one on
So
the.
you're going to be tactical.
No, I just bought it just because I needed a sling. I mean, probably the most tactical that I have is gloves, and that's basically it. Being Mexican and being tactical cool does not work well. I mean, it doesn't fit. I'm
I
easy.
think you should go total mall ninja. Get the vest with all the pockets, all your little patches, and all that. You should do all that with the gloves with no fingers.
Oh, mine glove has it doesn't get the fingers are not cut out for it. But I mean, I don't know about
That's what I'm
going.
saying. You got to have the gloves with no fingers, right? Because the tactical look, and then maybe some kind of helmet, but it's like one of those ones.
And that if I want to go to that trouble, then I just wear a mariachi band suit. Just be
Yes. Now that's even a better idea. Could
and
you
then
be?
and then
Could
get
you
all my
Mexican out the tactical look?
exactly. I just have a vest that's mariachi out. Instead of wearing tactical boots, I have Mexican boots. And then instead of having a tactical,
Wait. What's a Mexican boot? Is that the fucking cowboy boot y'all wear where it's like water skis?
no, that's a part of Mexican thing that I do not no, I don't
I
go
know
that.
you're going away from what you normally do. That's the point.
Okay, fine. Then I wear the one that goes like yeah, the one looks like skis, and then
They're super shiny and shit.
yeah, and then
Got like turquoise in them and whatnot.
yeah, and then for the gloves, I'll just wear um. I mean, Mexicans don't really wear gloves, but uh, I guess working gloves. I guess. Um, and then instead of having a tactical hat, I have a tactical cowboy hat with a light on it.
Is there any way I could talk to you have a tactical sombrero?
Yes, I think I just need to put a light on it, and then
You could have little pockets inside the thing, and it could also catch rain for you.
so that I could use it for for drinking.
Yeah, you can use it for drinking. It's a shelter.
It's a shot.
You can have little parts that flap down. I think we got something. You could totally sell this.
Okay, and then the shirt that I have under is like literally a legit mariachi type of thing, but it has like 50 different pockets, having my cell phone, having my other cell phone, and then having my wallet. And I guess
So
oh,
it would be all black, right?
yeah, exactly. But and instead of having my rifle, I'll have it in a guitar.
Now, since you're Zorro, do you need one of those cool little red sashes,
I
like
guess
over your belt?
yeah, with the big ass bell buckles, but mine will say America in Spanish. In Spanish.
Oh,
Now before you ask, how do you say America in Spanish? There's like two different ways of saying it. But anyways, I was up last in ballistics. Tactical sombrero, yes. I am going to have a tactical sombrero. That's gonna be
it's a thing. We're gonna design it. It's a thing.
That's going to be a thing. I'm going to have a tactical sombrero.
Imagine how many rounds you could put on your sombrero.
Woo!
I'm just saying, you wouldn't even have to like look at your sling or nothing. You just pull them right out.
And then what I want to do is I'm going to have a long beard so I can put more rounds in my beard and use them as braids. Yes, this is a thing. And then curl my mustache. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, are you gonna get the big long mustache like you were tying chicks to railroad tracks kind of thing?
I guess, yeah. And then having the long conquistador, like pointy goatee.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, could you? The sombrero is a great idea. I'm not saying it's not, but what about the conquistador helmet, but a ballistic one?
See, now you're going to the realm of that's gonna sound great. See, yeah, that's a great point. And I want to have a feather, a very, very flowy feather.
What
Yeah.
kind of bird? What kind of bird do we pull that out of? Is there a big long flowy feather bird in Mexico somewhere?
Well, there's a lot of peacocks.
Oh, there you go. Peacock feather. Done.
Yeah, peacock feather done.
Doesn't Zorro doesn't like the character Zorro? Doesn't he have something in his hat?
I think he does, but I can't remember what it was. On the top of my head, I can't remember that.
Am I the only one of the both of us that has ever read any of the books?
I guess. I mean, to be quite honest, this is gonna sound funny. I never knew how to say fox in Spanish until you guys told me, and that's sorry excuse for me being a Mexican. Until you guys said Zorro, I'm like, Zorro. What's a Zorro? He's like, oh, it's a fox. I'm like, oh, wow. I had my moment.
Well, aren't you a Whitekin?
Yes. Watch, I shall show you. I am pretty white.
Like it.
Who's
the chick? Who's the chick behind you?
The painting.
Racy.
But yes, and then in my boots, they're gonna have like a what are those called? A tourniquet.
Okay.
My boots will have a tourniquet.
Any blades on the end of the boots?
Behind it.
Behind it?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're gonna be bayonets. That's a joke.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, how is it? Any guns hidden in your boots?
No, but I am gonna make a funny joke. Mind you, this is all joking. I'm gonna. What is that movie where the dude has a freaking guitar, but there's a gun in it?
Desperado.
Okay, that movie. Even though that's I'm freaking making fun of myself. We're trying to figure out basically a tactical cowboy Mexican motif.
I still think the tactical sombrero is a fucking great idea.
Yes, tactical sombrero.
And if you ever need to, I like your channel name, but you might want to consider tactical sombrero at some point.
I think I'll just make that a troll account. Tactical sombrero. That might be a thing. Now, if I'm Zorro, shouldn't I have a rapier?
Raper? I don't even know her.
No.
Sorry, man. You threw it over the plate. I had to swing it. Could not help it. It just came out.
Not what I meant. I mean, a rapier is a long, skinny sword.
Well, I'm descendant from like Viking types, so good luck with that long, skinny sword. We're gonna take a broadsword and break that in half for you. But yeah, sure.
Okay, then I'll just take a bastard sword. I'll deal with that.
You watch Game of Thrones. How's that gonna work out? Can you see any characters in Game of Thrones with a rapier? How's that gonna work out?
I never seen one, but you know how back in the day Spain was very fancy and very flowy and very pageantly. Like
yeah, but when they did that, they had guns. The other teams didn't.
Yeah. Good
when
point.
The conquistadors came, they had guns.
See,
they also had mounted cavalry that the natives thought were one being, because the dude was in full plate and so was the horse. So the natives thought that was one creature walking around.
Looking back now, I feel bad for them. What is that one thing chasing at me? He's like, oh no.
Conquered the entire fucking continent with 1,500 dudes.
See, even my conquistador brothers knew exactly what they were doing. Exactly.
They're like, we're here for gold. Do you have gold? How about you? Do you have gold? How about you? Do you have gold? Oh, you hate those guys? Okay, we'll help you fight those guys. Do they have gold? Okay, we'll take that too.
And then as soon as we find out they have gold, we take their gold.
Well, and there's that little bit where, any Europeans, when they get to the natives, they have those weird diseases, and then it kills off half the population in a couple of years because they didn't have any immunity to it.
Yes. And we cannot forget about Hernando Cortez, the man who basically caused the Aztecs I don't know if it's the Aztecs or the Incas downfall.
I could be wrong, but I think it's the Incas. The Aztecs were earlier than that.
Okay.
The Aztecs were more Mexico, and the Incas were more South America, Central America.
Okay.
But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
See, they have the downfall of the Incas.
Yeah.
Man.
And the only thing they came up with was chocolate. I mean, they built some cool pyramids and stuff, but they were the ones that had chocolate.
Yeah. Looking back now, my ancestors were really, really fucked up.
That's everywhere. Anytime a primitive people meets the more advanced people, primitive people get their asses handed to them. I don't care where you are on the planet for the history of mankind.
There has to be one of my ancestors with a curly mustache and a pointed goatee, and his hand is twirling the mustache, saying ha 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 ha. I can see it already.
Have you ever read the Vinland sagas? The
Nope.
Story of Leif Erikson?
Nope.
So basically, he just said, fuck it, let's sail that way, right? Eric the Red, his father, was such a badass and had so many men that when he fucking beat the fuck out of the prince of Iceland, he was told to get the fuck out. Because the king knew that he couldn't actually have him killed because he would have a rebellion.
Oh.
So he said, fucking, you have to leave, you're banished. So he goes to Iceland, right? Fucking hangs out there, fucking basically rolls that. And then they go to Greenland, and they called it Greenland because it was really propaganda, because it's just a big fucking giant fucking iceberg. And they had people go there. And then that's where Leif Erikson, that's why he's called Erikson, he's son of Eric the Red. He takes a bunch of ships, and he probably sailed. Some people think it might even been all the way to Boston, because it's called the Vinland Sagas because it's the land of wine and grapes.
Oh.
And remember, they come from fucking Iceland. So they go to fucking, you know, even if they only made it to Newfoundland, we know they made it to Newfoundland because we know where their things are. If they made it to Newfoundland in the summer, that's way fucking nicer than fucking Iceland. Like, it's fucking not cold. They're like, hey, this is badass. Well, when they started meeting the Skalds, the natives, they still had stone tools and shit. So these guys would go out and just whip the fuck out of them. And they had one battle they talked about. They figured they killed about 50. They had one guy get hurt a little because they had shields and metal weapons. They've been fighting their whole life. They're Vikings. It's not like it was like fighting for them is like Tuesday.
Fighting for them is like Tuesday.
Well, they would go in and steal all their food.
Yeah.
They'd be like, cool, you guys got a bunch of food. We're the Vikings. We come and take your stuff. Ask the Irish. We did that already. Ask that old that land over there. And they did that like 1000 AD.
Dang.
But there again, you had the people with metal weapons had the technological advantage. They had boats that could sail up rivers, and nobody else had that before that. That's why they did so well, technological advantage. So they just pull into these fairly peaceful people, because I could be wrong, but most of the coastal peoples back then weren't very warlike because there was so much food you didn't have to try that hard to survive. Yeah. So all of a sudden these dudes fucking with beards pull up and are like, well, we're going to take all these women and those guys and that shit. Fucking I'm out.
I can imagine that already playing out. A bearded redhead dude freaking on leather comes in and says, I'm taking everything.
A big fucking 6 foot tall fucking blonde hair, blue eyed guy with a big beard and has been fighting his whole life.
Exactly. And then like a puny native is like, I'm going to defend. He's like, no, you're not.
I'm going to throw my stick with a sharpened flint on at you. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that. Yeah. We're going to go shield wall. All right. Well, that was fun.
We're going to do a phalanx and eat you. Shield wall. Peace out, homie. Oh, that's cute. You have flint arrows. That's so cute. Berserkers, do your thing.
We're not sure. Then he goes back, and then his daughter takes the same group of ships and goes even further down until she had some problems. There's a little insurrection, but they beat the hell out of some more people in Newfoundland.
Dang. She took the same boats and went. Dang.
Well, that's how that would work. Like, you inherit your father's boat, and most of his like retainers, the dudes that worked in that boat.
Oh. Interesting.
But it was all tribal. I mean, it was all my clan versus your clan.
Pretty much. It's like basically like Vikings. The show. Yeah. Pretty much like Vikings, the show.
Yeah, that's based on a real guy.
Yeah, Ragnar.
Yeah. But his son, the one that's got one eye, is the one that took over most of England.
Oh.
Alfred the Great's the one that makes a deal with him and then pushes the Danes back. That's what those guys called all of them. Even though most of them were from Norway, they just called them the Danes because the first Vikings that show up were from Denmark.
Oh, I see.
They just and what's weird is the Vikings never called themselves Vikings. It just means pirate.
Yeah.
They called themselves the Norsemen.
Yeah, I later found out that they don't call themselves a Viking. Yeah, they call themselves a Norseman. The Northmen.
So is anybody else going to jump in here, or just you and me babbling? I mean, I'm cool, but
I sent a couple links out. I guess it's just you and me for right now. Um, I do want to ask you something. Is there any books you recommend me to read?
oh my god, where do you want to start? What thing do you want to grow at? Dude, I've read so many stinking books. Like, what's something that you're kind of interested in? You want to kind of keep going with that? Like, do you want to get philosophy? Do you want to get history? Where are you going?
Well, let's start with philosophy.
Well, to understand even like 2A things, you've got to read Thomas Paine,
Okay.
Common Sense. And it's really basically saying, why the fuck are we listening to this guy? Because he was born as a king? We're fucking listening to this guy? Shouldn't we just rule ourselves? We're educated men, because remember, it's the Enlightenment, right? Like we're in the Enlightened men. Like that was the idea. It's like we don't need kings anymore because people can rule themselves. And like Thomas Paine is the guy that got people, you know, the George Washington, Thomas Jefferson to go, yeah, let's all band together. It's not very long because it was a pamphlet that you could hand out.
Yeah.
And that author is responsible for our entire revolution.
Yeah, because he basically got people to think instead of following orders like a mindless.
Well, I mean, people have been rumbling about that forever. Now, keep in mind, we're also talking about rich people decided to get together and say, hey, maybe we could rule ourselves so we don't have to pay as many taxes. Because there's still some of that. Those founding fathers were great men. I'm not saying they weren't, but they also didn't want to pay taxes to some other dude. They want to keep their money, which is good because taxation is theft.
Yeah. So I got Thomas Paine, Common Sense.
Are you familiar with, I mean, I don't know what your religion is, but there's another book he wrote called, what's his religion one? Let me think about it.
I'm Catholic.
Let me look it up.
But I guess you can say I'm not very, very Catholic.
Okay, so Thomas Paine, being the guy that was there during the Revolution, right? Yeah, wrote the thing, helped fight, all that. Then he goes to France during the French Revolution and tries to rile up those guys against their king.
Oh, damn.
So he was eventually arrested as an agitator, and it's called Age of Reason.
Okay.
And now when he writes that, he's in, for the first half of the book, he's in prison.
Oh, okay.
Some of his friends, because he's a famous dude, would bring in paper and pen for something to do while he's sitting in prison. Now, he was Thomas Paine. He didn't have to go in the shitty fucking jail. He had probably a nicer version of it, because he was more a political prisoner than anything else, because they were probably going to trade him for something, that kind of thing. But he writes half this book tearing the Bible into pieces using only the Bible against itself, where he's saying, if God wants us to believe the age of reason means that, why would God want me to turn off my reason, the one thing that separates me from the animals? Why am I supposed to turn that off and just believe stuff because he said so? That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But that's a fairly hard read. Now, what I do is I just I do a lot of audiobooks. I just have them read it to me because I'm lazy, and it's 2018 or 2019 now.
Yeah, I love audiobooks. I have a lot of, there's one book I like. It's called The War of the Roses.
Good book, yeah.
And then I think I have another book called The History by the Tudors, and the I think it's called The Age of Chivalry, and then on the bottom it says When It Died. But
well, you like all that night stuff, right?
Pretty much.
Have you already read any guy named Chaucer?
Chaucer, no.
Yeah, so he was like, that's current when he wrote that. That's medieval time when he wrote that.
Okay, how do you spell his name?
It's a CH.
CH.
Canterbury Tales. So he wrote it between 1387 and 1400. And it's a story of a group of 30 people who traveled as pilgrims to Canterbury, England. And what I like about it is it shows the time and like the things that were common. And like their traditions and like what they would run into. And it's one of the earliest modern English stories that there is. Oh, I've got another one for you. I'm sure you've seen a movie. Have you ever read Beowulf?
No, well, maybe. Is it about a Norseman who?
Yeah, they go to the one place where the king is a fucking dick and he's fucking all fucked up, and there's been a monster that's been attacking them every once in a while, and he comes in and kills all their men and then leaves.
Yeah, I think I read.
Then he beats the Shav, rips off his arm, beats him with it, and then he has to go kill that thing's mom, which is actually the really evil thing.
Which is the monster in like in a cave, and I think she's surrounded by gold or something.
Now that story is one of the oldest tales written in Old English that there is.
Okay.
So that's like the original action story. Now it also in that tells us about other tales about the Norse gods that must have existed, but we don't know what the story is. Like they mention these certain things that happened, but we now don't know what that story was. We know what the god that they're talking about was, but we don't know the story that was attached to his comment.
Okay.
So that's like what the Vikings would sit around and tell each other around the campfire.
I see. And the other one you said it was called something Tales?
The Canterbury Tales.
How do I spell that?
Hold on. I'll put it in the side chat. Here, I'll just put the Wikipedia page in the side chat.
Okay.
Nobody's coming over here. Are we not the cool kids? I don't think we're the cool kids. We're the junior members, so it's all right. Those guys have been around forever. So. Like if I'm never not part of a thing, I get it. These guys have been around 5 years. I mean, that's a cool thing that they built. You know.
Yeah.
You guys in bullshit when fucking there's nobody else around. That's just fucking awesome. So. And Chaucer's got tons and tons of books, if I remember right.
I like medieval times, but that's just me, though. I like that time period. Or it's a long time period. But.
Well, Chaucer's probably the best poet of the Middle Ages. He's mostly famous for a lot of the poets that he wrote. A lot of the poems he wrote.
Okay.
But he was also like a bureaucrat and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. But I typically read on Audible. I typically read a lot of science fiction books, a lot of, books that have kind of like a magic or fantasy type of books, I guess you can say that. Like Game of Thrones. There is a book that I like. It's by Peter Joyce. It's called, not Peter Joyce, that's the narrator. Marquis Durant. He has the, what's it called? Well, one of the books that I read was The Poisoned Crown and The Strangled Queen. It's basically depicting kind of medieval, going into kind of like the Renaissance-ish time. Like I guess it's like a mixture of book. It's a mixture of time period, but it's basically talking about how greedy and how kind of the little lives of the nobles and like the petty squabbles type of thing, and like how they would like literally waste their money and their inheritance away, and how they got into loan debts type of thing.
Oh, I have to check this out. So one of the quotes is George R.R. Martin said this was the original Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
That's from him.
Yeah. So it's a good book. I liked it. It kind of gives you. It's a good book. I liked it. That was that's when I started trying to look for books that were like Game of Thrones, and I only found that. The one book that I did like that it isn't fantasy or anything, and I don't know if you read it. It's called "I Am a Man" by Chief Standing Bear, it's in the Chief Standing Bear and the struggle between the Native Americans.
Ooh, oh yeah, let's get into that. You bet. Yeah, Standing Bear. All right. Yeah, I'd love to see. I'd love to read that. I've heard of him. You ever read the Life of William Cody? His
No,
autobiography.
no.
Buffalo Bill Cody. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh, Buffalo Bill Cody. I never read it, but I know Buffalo Bill
Okay,
Cody.
so Buffalo Bill Cody, when he was in his heyday, he was the most famous person on the fucking planet. And it all came back to what's weird is it came back to he does a lot, like he shot his first Native American when he was 10
Oh dang.
because they were attacking this wagon that he was part of. He was like a laborer on this wagon train going out to Oregon, right? But he wouldn't go all the way to Oregon. He would just go to one of the bases and unload all the food and shit for the soldiers out in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
He would just turn around and go back to the town he was from, right? He wasn't going to Oregon, but like that kind of thing, right? Well, they got attacked by a bunch of natives, and he's a kid, but he had to start shooting at fucking people attacking you. You're going to shoot at him. So he fucking shot this guy right dead in the head. And all the other wagon train people thought that he was the greatest. And then by the time he was 14, 15, he was one of the lead scouts for the army. Like he would ride around before the army comes to see what the fuck's out here. Like he was just a bold ass motherfucker from the beginning. Like, and then just to like have him, I will warn you that he was a huge fan of George Custer. It's a buddy of his. Like he was very pro Custer.
And the book is called Buffalo Bill Cody's.
It's like it's got a funny ass name because it's like from my own words. Let me see. Life of Bill Cody. William. Because I know he says William Cody and that it's a really long name of a book.
Biography of Buffalo Bill Cody. Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah, but it's written by him.
Oh, it's written by him.
Life of Buffalo Bill's one I'm seeing on Amazon here, but I remember it being a longer name than that. The official name is longer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here it is. So here's the full name. Life of Buffalo Bill Cody, or The Life of the Adventures of William Cody as told by himself. By William F. Cody.
Can you put that in the side chat?
Yeah. But I'm saying that's how, like the whole book's like that. That's how he talks.
Oh.
Another one that was really interesting is he was a lifelong friend with another super famous dude, but I have to remember who it is now. That they would just show up in places and they would both be there. But a little bit older than him. But I have to look up William Cody to remember. It's been a long day. So I gotta remember who that is.
And these are on, you can like listen to them on tape, book and tape.
Yeah, you can find it. I found it on StupidTube.
StupidTube.
Well, I try not to do it for gun stuff anymore, but it still has a lot of shit. Like if I need to figure out how to fix my vacuum, I'm going to go to YouTube because somebody's going to have a fucking video about how to fix my model of vacuum.
You know, it's funny. That's how I fixed the fridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how I fixed the fridge. No, but yeah, I listen to a lot of books. I like Audible for that, and then another book I read that I liked a lot, and then you might get a kick out of The Power of Habit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Charles Diggs. I don't know how to say it.
There's a guy named James Allen that wrote like a whole bunch of those self-help type books back in like the 1800s.
Okay.
I think my favorite of his is called How to Live within 24 hours a day. And he basically is just saying get off your ass and do shit when you're fucking, as opposed to fucking sitting around watching TV. But it's like, he means like you have these hours between when you go to, when you come home from work and you go to bed, there's a bunch of hours that you don't do anything, do shit with that, learn a language, read books, do stuff, you know? Yeah. It wasn't any Oakley. Who was? Oh, he was friends with Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh.
And those are the two that would like they knew each other from the plains, and they would just show up at the same fort and be like, "Hey, he's here, cool, what's up, dude?" And then they would go like fight shit. But like a lot of times it wasn't planned. There were a lot of times they spent a lot of time together on purpose.
So like a dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But then eventually William Cody is when what happened was it's funny because it brings up the Russians. So one of the archdukes of Russia, so it'd be like the sixth son of the Tsar, right?
Yeah.
So he's not going to be king or nothing, but he's fucking son of the Tsar of Russia. So he never has to work a day in his life, and everything's great for him, right? So he comes to the United States and tours around, and we had like parties and stuff. But he wanted to go hunt. He wanted to see the West for himself. So when he gets out to the fort that's out in the middle of nowhere, the general gets Buffalo Bill, and this is when Buffalo Bill is kind of a kid. He's maybe 25, 30. He's not old. To go on a buffalo hunt. He's going to take the Archduke out on a buffalo hunt.
Oh.
And so the Archduke, because he was a scout and all that, and the Archduke rides out because when they were hunting buffaloes, they would just, it's like Dance's Wolf, they would just fucking ride out to the buffalo herd where there's 9 million of them. They just start chasing some of them until they fucking pick one they wanted to shoot. They'd shoot it. Well, the Archduke shot 6 shots. I'm guessing out of one of those old, single action armies. I don't know. I really don't know. So whoever's listening, don't quote me. I don't care. But he shot 6 shots, missed all 6. Buffalo Bill Cody runs up next to him, hands him his pistol. The Tsar's son shoots 6 more shots, misses every time. And then Buffalo Bill gives him his rifle, and he actually downed one of the buffaloes with that. So since when they downed the buffalo, the people that were like on the Tsar side brought a wagon out, and they all had champagne and got really drunk. Well, I'm sure William Cody did all the fucking actually butchering. I'm pretty sure the Archduke didn't. He's not going to be out there butchering nothing. He probably sat and watched them and drank and shit.
He probably told him how he found it and how he acquired the target type of thing. Pageantry.
No, he sounds like, from what I read about him, he just he was a super playboy, fucking just get fucked up and run around and do shit. He didn't care. He's already the fucking Archduke. He doesn't have to work. Yeah. He doesn't need your approval either.
Yeah.
So he lives a world that we can't even, we have to try to get along with people. You got to be nice to your boss, and he doesn't have to be nice to anybody. He didn't care. But and then William Cody, but under the general, the guy wanted to see the West. He went over and he got a bunch of the natives that he was friends with to do like a little mock battle. And George Custer was one of the people he hired to be on one of the other sides. And they had like a pretend battle for the benefit of this Archduke. Now, remember, Bill Cody's the guy that made the Wild West show. So everything that we kind of believe about how the Wild West was is really Bill Cody just kind of making shit up.
Oh.
Because there's a bunch of shit that didn't really work like that. But he toured all over the world. He got to meet the Queen of England. But he got all these super Annie Oakley, shooting stuff, and he had a whole bunch of the big time native chiefs after they had been put on a reservation. Well, he gave them a really good job running around being Indians and be part of the show. And he went all over. He went to Paris, all kinds of places, Belgium.
Dang, he free almost went everywhere.
Yeah. You got to remember, we're talking 1864. So, 1889, 1890s, 1892. So we're not talking it's real easy to move around.
Oh, no. You're talking about basically boats and.
Yeah. Crossing that Atlantic took a while.
Yeah.
But there's also a guy that used to be on a wagon train when he was a little kid. It's not like wagons went very fast.
Oh, yeah.
So taking a month to get to the fucking thing over there was just like regular work for him.
Probably.
But yeah, his autobiography is hilarious because he just talks shit. Because he's savage. He don't, we always talk about savage. That dude was fucking savage. He didn't give a flying piss. And I don't know about you. I respect people that give 0 fucks and aren't dicks about it. He just he's not an asshole. He just gives 0 fucks. He's done shit. I think the more you've done shit that's like epic, you get to be more of you get to talk more shit.
Probably.
If you can back it up, you get to talk more shit. That's how that works.
Yeah, there's a limit, and you're like, yep, I reached it. I don't care anymore.
Well, I mean, at some point, he was the most famous person on the planet.
Yeah. What time period would you want to go back? If you had to choose one time period, which time period would you want to go back?
Okay, so you have to say that I can't go in my own lifetime, maybe, or I can't go and just like, because some of it would be obvious. You just go back and like buy Microsoft when Bill Gates was 25.
I mean, what I mean by that is like, what time period would you go back, like, just to live in it? That you would like to live in it. You don't go back the same age you left here, so you're younger. You get to choose your age when you go back.
Do I get to come back?
Yes, but in the age that you left.
Okay. Well, first of all, I worry about the butterfly effect because time's always got that inherent problem that if you go back and if you change things, then the memory, the history you're going back to, isn't going to be the same one you're talking about.
Okay, there's no butterfly effect.
Okay, so I can just
you can take a couple things with you to the past.
Well, I'd have to go back and I could do a good medieval one with you.
Good medieval.
Yeah, but then they've got a bunch of shit you don't think about. Like they don't have toilets, man.
Yeah.
And dysentery sounds terrible. And you know what also sounds bad? The bubonic plague.
The bubonic plague, yes, that's also bad. But the thing is, we've been vaccinated and all that, so we really wouldn't be.
Not versus that strain of it.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
that, we would take diseases that we have now, like regular cold, and kill half the population.
Oh. Yeah.
So we have to throw that. We have to throw that out of the scenario too.
Okay.
I'd like to say Vikings, but I'd love to believe that I would go and like go on a pillaging thing. But I don't think I'd be cool with like breaking shit and raping people and stuff. I think I'd be like, dude, what are we doing? Whoa, stop! Why are we being dicks?
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. How about the Renaissance?
Yes, but I'm not wearing any fucking floofy fucking pants or shirts or none of that.
None of that?
None of that. Zero. Hey, if I can make it through the '90s mullet free, I ain't wearing no girly shirt.
You're not gonna wear a tunic?
Nope. Wearing a little dress. It'd be cool to go back to the Egyptians and see what really fucking happened there.
Yeah, that would be cool to see.
When they're building the pyramid, like how they really built it.
But if we go there, they would probably make us into slaves.
They're not gonna make me into shit. You said I could bring things.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's go to the first part. What would you bring to, let's say, a time period that you would stay? So basically you could bring anything. They just gotta fit in a what's it called? In a duffel bag. And so if you left, like for instance, if I left here when I'm 23, I get to pick if I'm in the mid, like Renaissance or whatever time period, I choose to go back as 20. I have to wait 3 years to come back, or the amount of years that you left that time period.
Oh, so I have to go 47 because I don't want to be there 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So I'm trying to give like a
penalty for being there.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play. Well, obviously I'm going to bring a gun because I'm not dumb.
Remember, you got to fit in a duffel bag to go back in time. Now, I didn't say how big the duffel bag is.
I got a lot of duffel bags. I'm going to go with Army of Darkness. I'm going to go with my Stoger Coach gun, which I bought because it was in the Army of Darkness.
Nice.
And it's my boomstick, and I will totally quote fucking Bruce Campbell when I get there. But
What
I'm
is
not.
that? What is that? The undead, not the evil undead, or something like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's one of the greatest series of movies ever. The second one, when they got money, they bought all the corn syrup that state had. Their answer has always been, "Is there enough blood in this scene?" And if they do, they try to double it because I like how they just don't take it seriously at fucking all.
The dude had a freaking makeshift hand chainsaw.
Yeah, that's just badass.
Yeah, that's gnarly, man.
That's just one of my favorite anti-heroes of all time.
Yeah. So you'll bring a
I don't need a chainsaw. I want the shotgun.
Okay,
I'll have a regular axe. But what would I bring with me? Well, you could bring a book on forging.
Yeah.
And show them how to do it better.
You see these words?
I had one friend that had a really good idea. He's like, all the hand sanitizer I could put in that. Because then all my men would be healthy and they would like have clean hands and they wouldn't get botulism and shit. But also you could just bring something that would treat water because all primitive peoples have a hard time not because they're stupid enough to piss in the fucking same river they're drinking out of.
Yeah.
They wonder why they get sick. Like it's all over the world.
Yeah, reading medieval times about armies going to war and hearing that they are literally taking shits.
Well, that's why they would bring so much mead because mead got boiled. Therefore, the toxins are gone.
Yeah, but hearing accounts, like hearing knights like saying, "Okay, I need to go use the restroom." There's the lake. They pee and take shit in the lake, and then you see people washing clothes as they're peeing and taking shit.
And you got to know those guys stunk.
Yeah, probably. They gotta be some stank.
Stink. They got little bugs and shit running around on them.
And imagine a fly getting stuck in your helmet.
Well, like even the rich people, they'd have fleas and like little weird shit all over in the couch.
That's why they wear those their stupid what's it called toupees.
Yeah, and they shave their heads because they all had fucking rickets and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then what they used to do, they used to get oil that was scented with flowers too.
So we would just go back and be like, wash yourselves.
Yes.
So I'd bring like a camp shower and be like, here, stand here.
Stand here.
You're gross. Wash yourself. That's gross.
You know what would be cool, but it wouldn't be cool at the same time? Going to Gettysburg.
What? So be one of the people that were watching, and then they decided they had to run for it because they didn't realize it was really a battle.
Exactly, because they were eating. They had they were like
they were gonna watch our boys whip the rebels' ass. They were so confident that the rebels were gonna win. They didn't.
There's even a painting, and I'm looking at this like, do you guys not see the artillery that's getting shot at? And you're putting
that's also when you had a battle, you had an agreed upon place you had the battle. Like nobody was really going to go fuck with the civilians.
Exactly. So they're like, we're going to fight here.
We're going to fight here at 3, or
Yeah, and it's like if you think about it, it's kind of like a gang. It's like we're going to fight here, and they're like all green, shaking hands, like see you at 12, see you at 12, and they're like, you just see them like.
See, if I went to the medieval times, I'd probably take over the world though. Because I'm a smart ass motherfucker and I would cheat. I'd be like, hey, meet us on that big field way over there. And then I just ride to your castle and break the door in. And your army's outside.
You probably would be.
I have your castle. They're like, we'll siege it. I'd be like, I don't care. It's not my castle. I'll just start launching the shit from in here at you. I don't care.
Imagine we go back in time. You become the king of like England and France, and you're like, I'm not going back, Zorro. I'm not going back.
Zorro, we're good. I'm gonna stay here.
He's like, you're not gonna go back. He's like, no, I'm not going back. I like it here. My people are already building firearms. They're already been.
I changed all of history. See, here's my problem. It's like why I could never be president. I'm 100% confident I would go corrupt immediately. And I wouldn't, but I know I would.
You're not the only one.
At least I can admit it. I know it. It's not like it's news.
Yeah, I probably go corrupt too. I'll probably be like, I'll probably be like, first I'll be like Pancho Villa, be like, yes, I'm going to help you, and then suddenly, in reality, I'm trying to control everything. I'm not going to tell you.
So, are you watching on YouTube too? Like, because I've got my phone open on YouTube. Is it just you and me?
Yes.
Yeah, because we only got 2 followers though.
Yeah, so it's just you and me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you put it on the main page at all? Is that a thing or no?
I put on the main page of Gunchannels. Yes.
Because usually, like Slim and those guys would jump in and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of odd. I don't know. Yeah, I put the link, I put the chat, everything.
See, I'm looking at the main page and I'm not seeing it.
It's below. Just keep going down. It's above. It's above 45 ACP's post.
Oh, okay, so it's down a bit.
Yeah.
You said it's above or below.
And also, maybe I did get a notification that roll call was I think roll call is live. Yeah, roll call is live.
Oh, okay, they're over there. You're corking somebody, I guess that's the thing. No,
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't even do that.
I think the point of Gunchannels is people fucking can be on all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did this just
They
because.
tell us those stories of back in the day where there would be a chat and then there'd be other chats.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do my part. That's basically how I'm looking at it because everyone lets me into their chats, and I'm like, I haven't even done one. So, and then I started seeing what Knives does. So I'm thinking, well, I mean, I'll probably just one. I'm pretty sure it will change once I get on the page and everything. People can click on me and watch it on the Gunchannels. I'll just post the
I'm not
the
seeing Gunchannels, man.
uh,
I went clear down to Travis's and Patriot, and then Ohio 45, and then Dano. Maybe it's I'm not subscribed to your channel on Gunchannels. Maybe
that's kind of odd because typically when you put that is kind of weird.
Well, I mean, I'm very illiterate on how all this works, so.
No, but okay. So if you don't, do you see a whole 45 ACP post when he posted a hat that says "Stick to your guns, America"?
Yeah.
Okay, go up above that. I'm above his.
I've got Angelina, I've got G-Webs, and Budget Guns and Gear above that. That's all I got.
Wow. Okay. So you don't see mine, huh? That is.
How do we get it in? And you say you're in there already, or okay? Well, maybe I need to refresh a couple times. I don't know.
Maybe. Huh. That is not. That would explain something.
Try to put it in there again. See what happens.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Post. Wait. Wrong thing. Add link. Post.
Well, and Angelina and Potatoes and that are probably all still on the Daily Gun Show chat.
Oh, they're probably chatting right now.
Yeah, I'm saying is like they're probably talking to Cycle and all that.
Yeah. Do you see mine now?
I'm gonna go check. Still got nothing, bro.
It's odd. That is
What's the name of your channel again?
Zorro117.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I got an idea.
Yes.
Okay, so take your, because you posted your Google Hangout link, right? You're not like secret about it or nothing, right?
No, yeah.
Take that link, and when you go to the main page, just hit like you're gonna post something, like you're gonna bitch about fucking something, and just put like post where it says post something, and then just go to that add link thing.
Yeah.
And then call it like Zorro's Late Night Chat.
Okay. Yeah, I did that.
Okay. Could be my computer stupid because electrons hate me personally, like each individual electron. Not on my side.
Huh. That is odd. Huh. That is weird. Odd. Huh.
Okay, what am I bringing? My shotgun, because people suck and they need to stay the fuck away from me. Probably 200 rounds because you can't carry that much.
Yeah.
One of the nicer but cheap recurve fucking crossbows
Okay.
with the modern aluminum bolts,
All right.
because that'd work really well. Like somebody with a knight runs up, I just shoot him with a fucking crossbow. Goes right through his armor and he's dead.
Bye-bye.
See, you have an advantage. You know how to ride a horse, I bet.
I do, yes.
I know I'm not riding fucking no horse. Fuck that. No way, I'll walk. Those things are big and I don't like them. I'm not going to ride anything that's big enough to kick me in the head and kill me. I'm out. I'll ride around a sweet wagon, though.
I was on a wagon before. I didn't like wagons too much.
Well, wagons aren't going to kick you in the head and kill you.
That is true, but I'm pretty sure horses are better trained than now. Back then, they were trained for war.
Yeah, but war horses are going to be mean as hell. They'll bite you and kick you and all kinds of crazy shit.
I sent you a message on this the group chat on Hangouts.
Okay, I got it. Is that your thought?
Yep.
Yeah, ignore it.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I got my crossbow bolts, because I'm thinking I can make somebody make me some bolts.
Probably. Yeah. Mind you, we're going back at time, so I mean,
Yeah,
there has to be a
one of my Eastwig camp axes that I've had forever, but a brand new one, not my old shitty one that maybe my old shitty one. Fuck that. I just have somebody sharpen it nice. I have a camp axe that I've had since I was younger than you are. And I put that thing through hell. They're one of those Eastwig all one piece of metal fucking camp axes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I'm woods. I've been building fire since I was a little fucking youngster with that thing.
Nice.
Because you want to go camping in my woods, it's rainy and wet all year round, so you better build a big ass fucking fire. And it was funny because the other night somebody was chatting about like, I wouldn't want to bring that because I might set the whole place on fire. I'm like, you don't fucking go in the woods I go in. It's all wet all the time, every day, all day. It's a rainforest. Except for like, sometimes like last summer it was dry everywhere, but that happens like twice in my lifetime. What else? I'm trying to think of what knowledge I'd bring back and take over the world with. Oh, fuck that. We just build cannons, dude.
Cannon.
We just get the blacksmiths to build us some fucking cannons and cannonballs. And some fuses. And not be the one that stands there when they fucking let that off in case it blows up. Hire some serf to do that.
That is true. You can also bring socks. Because back in the day, there was no socks, and there was, what's it called? Gangrene?
Well, yeah, if you got cut, you're going to die.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's going to get infected and you will die. But we would be like, my first thing, I just walk over with a bunch of hand sanitizer and pour it all over that thing, and you'd probably live. It'd hurt like a son of a bitch, but you'd live.
Of course, yeah, you probably live and stuff.
Because we would go to wash it with clean water.
Yeah, which there was not a lot of.
It's the idea that we would keep things sterile. We could make our men live a lot longer. Because I'd be like, wash your fucking hands, or I'm going to cut off your head. Every day, 3 times a day, you're going to wash your fucking hands because you're all gross.
We're gonna become a communist dictator.
No, I'm going to be a fucking emperor, dude.
Hey, take the next step, emperor.
That's what you do. Like, that's what Napoleon did. Napoleon was going to take over France for the common people until he got really powerful and went, nah, the common people are kind of stupid. Which, he's got a point. Common people aren't great.
To this day, I'm still surprised how Napoleon got even his position sometimes.
Basically, he was their revolution. He was their George Washington, and then he went, nah, I'm not really going to give up power. Fuck off.
Pretty much.
And it's funny because there's always the stories about him being a little teeny guy. He was average height for the year. He wasn't too particularly big, but he wasn't teeny tiny. We always have this image of him being a really short dude.
Yeah.
The regular size dude.
I don't know why he was depicted as a short dude.
Probably slander, politics.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like politicians and we don't lie about the people in charge.
That's true.
We may have heard that before. Well, I was hoping somebody would jump in with you here, man.
I see Slim, a cowboy, on the other side.
Oh, Slim's out there. He must be at work or something.
Yeah, I sent him a link. Unless you want me to send it to you via.
No, whatever. Are you talking to Slim?
Yeah. If he wants me to send it to via email, or I sent him through Gunchannels. Hopefully it pops in.
Yeah, I like that kid. He's a good guy.
He's a cool dude.
I met tons of really cool people. Potatoes, fucking you, fucking Dead Horse, fucking David, G. Angelina's still the funniest chick, the funniest person on any of these shows.
Yes, that's.
And not only when she's being gross, it's sometimes just to her perspective on stuff.
She's a cool person.
Well, because like a lot of the gun people, we're all echo chambers for each other. You know?
Yeah. She makes awesome patches.
I think it's hilarious. She didn't even tend to do that with her life. She was going to be a lawyer. And that's why she's so funny, is she's super quick-witted from all that lawyer training and shit.
Yeah.
And like literally was taught to be a professional arguer.
Pretty much.
I always thought I'd be a really good lawyer.
Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a fireman.
Hey, Slim.
Slim, buddy, old pal, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Doing good.
Working away, huh?
Yeah, I'm working.
Okay, so Zorro asked me if you could go back in time and you could take a duffel bag full of stuff. There's no butterfly effect because I asked. Where would you go and what would you bring? You can bring a duffel bag full of stuff.
Oh, damn. See, that's rough because being a history nut. Like,
And however long you're there, if you're there like 10 years, right?
Yeah.
You got it. Like, no, that was that age thing. Like, if you want to change your age, like me, if I go back and I'm 27, if I'm 47 now, I got to be there 20 years before I can come back to this time. But you guys are young, so you don't need to change your ages.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see the American Revolution as it happened.
Now, let me just say, you can bring anything in this duffel bag back in time.
Okay, so you take a Uzi with a lot of fucking rounds. fucking Paul Revere's fucking that one girl that did it, that actually did it, but Paul Revere didn't do it, but the British are coming. And you just hid in the woods and you shot the fuck out of those dudes marching to Lexington. You changed the whole deal.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty cool to see the American Revolution. Let's see.
I can imagine Slim taking command and telling George Washington to leave.
I wouldn't tell him to leave. I mean, look, you know what? He was the best we had at the time.
No, I know, but I can see Slim be like, I got this.
He was working with, you know, ragtag people, and who was it? Not Lafayette. Who was it? The one French guy that we brought in that kind of.
That was Lafayette.
It was Lafayette that turned.
Yeah, but he had that one Belgian dude that told everybody he was a general or colonel, but you find out later he was a corporal. That one German dude that actually trained them. Forgot his name now. But Lafayette was a badass.
Yeah, Lafayette was. Yeah, I don't know. Probably the American Revolution.
Okay, what would you take?
I'd want to sit there. You know, then you can see the signing of the Declaration of Independence and all that, and I'd want to bring back. I guess I can't bring back one of those crates at sea, can I? That'd be pretty cool.
You can't bring back what?
Bring back one of those crates at sea that they threw in the Boston Harbor. Be like, this is one of the crates that got tossed into the harbor. That'd be pretty cool. Guess I can't. So wait, there's no butterfly effect, so I guess I can't like sneak off with the Declaration of Independence, can I?
There's no butterfly effect at all.
So I can totally Nick Cage it.
Nick Cage.
All right. Well, yeah. Like I said, I'm going back to the American Revolution then.
Yes. Well, but what would you take with you? With you to them.
What would I take with me?
Yes. You can take a duffel bag full of stuff.
I can take a duffel bag of stuff with me or back from.
No, to there.
Yeah, to there.
Now, is it for me to give to people or is it for me like to survive?
Yes.
Yes.
It's for me to survive.
However you read that.
For me to survive, definitely some strong antibiotics, since back then that didn't exist, and a small cut could mean you're losing a limb. So definitely some antibiotics in case something happens. Well, see, it sucks because no butterfly effect mean I can't sit there and tell them not to kill Washington by bleeding him. Otherwise, it'd be like, hey, dumbasses, you're not going to bleed him and heal him. But modern medicine for sure. Hang on, I'm multitasking. What else? Probably an AR-15, just because. Popped some red coats with one, would be mildly entertaining.
The first thing they'll say, what is this contraption?
Definitely some cameras. I'd want to get some cool pictures. See, I guess like I can't fit a mode of transportation in the duffel bag, can I? So I can't like.
I never said how big the duffel bag is.
So I could fit like a Harley or something.
Yeah.
In there and be able to get around. Although I wouldn't have gasoline once it ran out, so. Okay, I don't know.
You could
definitely modern.
A solar-powered bike.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
You could get an alcohol-based motor of some kind. They had alcohol.
Okay, so a motorcycle that could run off of something that they had at the time. How about that?
Okay.
So, AR-15 definitely. Lots of different cameras. Video cameras. Plenty of batteries and stuff to run all of them.
You could bring some kind of fold-out solar cell or something to recharge them.
Yeah.
They had the sun.
I don't think. It kind of hit me on the spot there with that.
Well, you're a good person. Like, you want to go back and observe. I'd want to go back and take over the fucking world.
See, the thing is, though, with what you said, there's no butterfly effect. There's no...
But you can still...
Yeah, but I still get to rule the world while I'm there, and I didn't even ruin it.
Yeah, you can stay there. You don't have to go back.
So we're talking Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's court.
Pretty much. Like, you can go back in time, bring a duffel bag full of stuff. If, let's say, I go when I change my age back to 20, I get to go, and then if I want to choose back, I got to wait 3 years until I come back home. But that doesn't mean I have to come back home. You can stay there. Now he's thinking. He's like, huh.
All right, I got it.
No. I don't think I'd want to rule the world because that would just be boring. I don't know. I think I've got a good start for the duffel bag. I'm sure there's stuff I would add, but just couple good pairs of shoes. Goddamn shoes back then sucked.
Oh yeah.
Good pair of walking shoes. A decent hat. Well, they had hats back then, but I'd want one of my fedoras, which won't exist for a while. So I don't know. That's probably about it. I mean, just some survival gear stuff that I know I'd not be able to get. I don't know.
Soap, lots and lots of soap.
So yeah, soap. Like I said, soap, modern medicine, stuff that if I get a cut or something or get injured, I don't have to worry about dying from an infection or having to lose a limb. Autograph book. I'd want to be able to try and see how many people I could get, like Ben Franklin, Washington, all those people. I'd want to try and get like their autograph and shit with their picture.
How about you? You never answered. Where you go?
Me? I would go back. Let's see here. You guys are gonna make fun of me, but oh well.
Always, you're my friend. That's what I do.
Okay, I would like to go back. $14.55.
1455.
Yep,
Where at?
in England, because that's the start of the War of the Roses.
There you go.
And what I would do,
I want to hear you rap too.
I can't rap.
I'm just saying. I want to hear that. You can literally say anything in Spanish. I wouldn't even know what the fuck.
I don't know how to rap.
You just read me a fucking book, and I wouldn't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, I'll try, but I don't know mi nombre. Okay, I can't say my actual names. That's gonna be. My name is Zorro. Yo soy un 117. ¿Qué vamos a hacer ahorita? Oh, no, I got nothing.
Oh, it was good. I like it. You got to give the audience what it wants.
Mad sexy. Come on. Going back.
Almost a good idea is our tactical sombrero that we were talking about earlier.
Yes, we were talking about outfitting me for some, like being tactical mall ninja, but tactical Mexican cowboy ninja. So basically, we were talking about I was gonna wear a mariachi suit with an inspired bulletproof vest, with a mariachi inspired bulletproof vest, a tactical freaking hat where I can have like different pockets in it, and there's different pieces of cloth, so I can basically cover myself in that, and then I would and I could I have those like weird looking boots that freaking curl up, but they're fancy.
You need one of those ponchos, man.
Okay, a poncho that says poncho.
We got you.
Poncho that says poncho on it.
Written in Spanish.
Yeah, written in Spanish with the face of Pancho Villa on there, with the thumbs up. A curly mustache and an evil pointed goatee. That is, yeah. We were talking about that. I'll be the tactical Mexican cowboy.
If you built that outfit, you have your Halloween outfit for the rest of your life. Just sort it out.
The only thing I gotta find a good person to sew on a whole bunch of black and then sew a whole bunch of gold, and then find someone to match the boots and match the hat. Oh, okay. And then I want to have a belt buckle, but it says America on it, but in Spanish.
That's genius.
Yes. But yes, going back to the time period, I will go back to the War of the Roses. I would be on the side of Richard III.
Why that? Why do you pick a side?
Just for the simple fact that Richard III. I'm joking.
Who was he fighting? The French, right?
No, he was fighting one of his family members. Who?
But
Who?
they're both in France, right?
No, they're in England.
On England.
In England. So yeah, I would be. You know what? Screw
Well,
it. I'll have my own invading army. I'll figure it out a way to have my own invading army. I will go to France.
I'm gonna go to Scotland and I'm gonna teach the Highlanders how to like wash their hands and shit. And they're gonna actually never fall to the British. But in my duffel bag, I'm gonna take one of those motors from like artillery motors like the army has. From now, we're already in the fucking mountains, so fucking good luck coming up here.
Watch, I can see you Woods going to William Wallace and be like, "I got you, bro. I got you. Don't do this and don't do that. Here's an AK. You take that with you. No, I want to outfit you all with shotguns. All of you with shotguns. The only thing you have to do is this." I can still see you doing that.
I can shoot. I can bring a lot of Mossberg 500s.
I can see you doing that. Like, no, you're just taking their swords. No. Everyone dropped their swords. They're all looking at you funny, like, why? No. You need this. He's like, that's a boomstick. And he's like, boomstick. Yeah.
When they charge at you, shoot them with slugs. Here.
I can imagine you actually doing that. It's like, William Wallace, we need to talk. Your whole formation sucks.
Yeah, the Robert the Bruce guy, let's just stab him now.
He's a thought. He's
going to turn over on you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to offer him land, so he's going to be like, all right, cool, whatever.
Exactly. And then I bet you I can see you also saying, like, okay, now we held Scotland.
Well, in Ireland, too.
Yeah. Now we need to conquer all of England.
They named beers after me and stuff.
Exactly. He's the king of England, and like there's a whole castle named Woods.
There actually is a castle that's named Woods in Ireland.
Okay.
My ancestors took the fucker over.
And then they're gonna be like, we need to make more of these. He's like, oh, you can't.
You can't. Well, maybe over time.
Maybe over time.
Well, I mean, I understand the fundamentals. We could make some kind of shottish type gun. It would blow up once.
I can see you doing a siege engine, but inspired by the shotgun. I can so see that. This is the Woods siege engine.
I already told you how I would do it. I would do that whole, let's fight on this field at noon tomorrow. And then I'd go over to their castle and take their castle over, and then they're outside. And I'd be like, sorry, I'd leave a note.
And then I can see you betraying, and I can see you betraying William Wallace already. Sorry, buddy.
Well, it's his real story. It's him and his brother. Like Braveheart is the story of both of him and his brother together.
Yeah.
It's a microcosm of two people. And his brother was actually more the fighter guy.
And wasn't William Wallace a thinker?
Yeah, he was more like, he fought, but he wasn't the one that went around and actually fucking fought the British very often.
Yeah.
But he was the one that, like, the British fucked him up, so that's why fucking his brother went, fuck that, I'm fucking killing all these fuckers.
We're doing
the movie is right. They had wood forts. I mean, they're wood. They didn't have stone forts.
Yeah.
They came to Ireland and built a thing. I'd be like, cool, here's lighter fluid. Go over there and set it on fire. I'll be over here.
Yeah.
Is money's no object then?
Money is no object.
Shoulder fired fucking missiles. A bag full and my shotgun. I'm good.
Dude, I can see you dominating and you going in front of the guy's castle. You cannot bring this castle. Oh.
Watch this. Here.
He's like, hold my beer. He's like, this is not beer. Oh, hold my ale.
Yeah.
All right, if money's no object, then I'm taking a anti-material rifle back with me. Barrett 50 cal.
Barrett, dude, I can see you, Slim. A whole bunch of knights riding up on, like, running against you. You were the Barrett 50 cal and be like, That's Tin Can. See you later.
Which one's the leader? Shoot him. Okay, now who's the next leader?
He has the helmet with the frou-frous on there.
Yeah. He's shooting at him fucking a mile and a half away. They don't even know.
I'd need one of my 44 Magnums as a sidearm, and plenty of ammo. That's the other thing. I'd have to bring back a lot of ammo.
Well, how many of those fuckers are going to charge you when you're shooting at them from fucking really far away? At some point, they're going to be like, "Nah, I'm going to go that way. I'm out."
Yeah, but you know what? With a Barrett 50 cal, I could sit and sink the British Navy.
Yeah, true. Also, the dudes you're shooting at won't even know you're there. You could shoot at them and fucking go somewhere else. Be like, okay.
Sit there.
Nice shot, that guy.
That some bitch will go through. I bet you that some bitch will go through the side of a fucking man of war and everything.
Probably.
Some of those castles back there will go through the castle wall.
So yeah, I'll just sink the motherfucking British Navy and be like, "See you, bye, go back."
And they'll be singing stories about Slim.
Yeah, they will. Hell with Yankee Doodle.
No, you would be like Clint Eastwood of back in the day, probably.
Well, yeah, that's why I want my 44s with me.
Exactly, and then you're gonna use what Dirty Harry said. This 44 Magnum can take your head clean off.
Oh yeah, you got to quote movies.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
I'm quoting Evil Dead.
Definitely need plenty. I would definitely want a poncho and a hat, and I gotta have a nice pair of cowboy boots. Basically, just what I'm wearing in the picture, but nicer. So yeah, set me up with that. Send me back with a 50 cal and a 44 mag, and I'm good. And a camera.
And a camera.
And first thing I'm doing is taking out what's his name, the fucking traitor.
Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, his ass is getting capped.
His ass is mine.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, couldn't you just ride up to some of the battles and just be like, "Yeah, the general, that guy, the one standing way over there."
I can imagine same thing. See that general? See that general dipshit over there? He's gonna betray you.
Yeah, you see this dipshit?
All you have to do is wait till he's on the British side, then shoot him.
With the Bears, with the cow.
Yeah, with the Barrett 50 cal.
The British, he leads armies for the British.
We're all talking back in the day, like, okay, we didn't get rid of Benedict Arnold. What do we use? Mind you, you're back in 1717. You're like, we need a Barrett 50 cal for this 1775. They're gonna be talking about bullets this big, and he's gonna be like, "This is the Barrett."
Well, that bullet ain't that much bigger. I mean, you gotta remember back then they had 50, 58, all that kind of. They were still.
Yeah, but they're not going the same velocity as that.
No, they're not. I mean, it was all.
I mean, yeah, they have probably things bigger than that, but they were going like in this, like, a good swing there. You're just going how many feet per second?
Yeah, volley fire was still very much a thing at that point.
I think everyone in the Civil War, the Revolution, they'll probably be looking at you and be like, "This is magic."
Well, yeah.
What revolution? I already ended it with my Uzi.
Well, you gotta remember, one of the biggest things is I've got smokeless powder.
Exactly.
They don't. They got black powder. They're a big cloud of shit.
Just imagine the muzzle flash on that when they see that the horses get spooked. I bet you they'll all be looking at you funny and be like, "What is he doing?" He's like, "Wait, you're going on the floor." He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "No, just wait. You're looking at your scope and you're like, wait for it. Wait for it. I see the frou-frou man."
Yeah. I think I'd have fun with that.
You probably would. And then you're gonna be the guy that signs part of the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Right underneath John Hancock.
That's funny.
Then they'll go to the museum and they'll be like, Mommy, when they go to the museum and with their parents, Mommy, who's Slim motherfucking Cowboy?
What's a cowboy?
Yeah.
And then you see a rusted Bear 50 cal on there.
It's a rusty ass.
and then you see your 44 Magnum. Your cowboy hat. And mind you, everyone's looking at this and maybe in the 1940s. They're like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Yeah, that would be close.
I can't really imagine it. And then when they make movies, they're basically in Eastwood is basically part of the movie.
Yeah, it'd be like it would be like what is it? Back to the Future, where he goes back and he uses the name Eastwood, and then people start calling him Eastwood, and then they change the bridge or whatever to Eastwood Bridge or whatever the hell it is.
You go back in time, the actual guy that's making the movie. I want to name my character after Clint Eastwood. You were the first Clint Eastwood.
Well, you got to remember, at that point, Clint Eastwood would be named after me.
Exactly. Oh, man.
You go back in time and help the natives tell all the Europeans to get fuck off, get back in your boat. Eat it.
Hey, and plus, you would probably be there for when they're writing the amendments. You'd probably be like, wait. We got to get this right.
Yeah, be more clear.
We got to get this right.
The government
got it right. Although we would have to
probably right on the bottom, no, Dianne Feinstein, no.
What the hell do you need the independent clause for?
Yeah, I'd have to put a clause in, no Feinsteins, or I don't know how.
I would say like the government doesn't get to make laws about guns ever, period.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to, you know what I'd want to do in my duffel bag? I'd want to bring back, I don't know, some kind of like newsreel or something of like the last 50 years or so, and have like the founding fathers like pull them all in a room and be like, all right, look, you need to watch this and you need to figure out how the fuck to make this even more airtight than it already is.
They'd be all like, what the fuck have you guys done?
Oh,
they'd be mad
in their grave at this point. But that's what I'm saying is I'd be like, look, how can you make this so airtight that there's not a dumb motherfucker on the planet who can fuck this up?
Well, all those guys would tell you we're stupid to have a standing army.
Yeah, because back then the whole concept of a Minuteman was the fact that your population was trained and ready at a minute's notice to go out and defend their home country and defend their town, their whatever, their homestead, and they were the army.
Right.
And that way, you didn't have to sit there and have this gigantic and enormous military budget of paying guys, when you don't need them. But yeah, that would be interesting.
You could do some really good change. You could be like, hey guys, slaves, probably not a thing.
Yeah, I'd be like, look, you know what? They're gonna look bad on this. Just
like, let's just not do that. Let's let everybody be free right now.
Yeah, it's like, look, I know the rest of the world's doing it right now, and I know that everybody's doing it. You're probably getting everything just be the first and just make that not a thing this time. Because so I'm like, some asshole douchebags with football helmets are gonna kneel because for the anthem that somebody's gonna write, and all because he owned a couple slaves. So yeah, just don't do that.
Well, Jefferson was pretty clear on that slavery was bad. He didn't get rid of his slaves, but he writes about surely God can't be with us on this endeavor.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing is people who will bash slavery back then. Okay, obviously slavery bad. Obviously slavery is bad, but they got to remember that back then it was just it. I don't know how to say it. It just was. It was just a part of.
It was like having a toaster. Yep.
Exactly. It not that it made it right, not that it made it good, but it just was. Okay, you didn't think
the benevolent ones thought them as pets.
Exactly, and like I said, not that it makes it right. That's just how it was. Okay, we've come past that. We've realized, okay, it's bad. It's really bad, but that's part of constantly evolving as a society is being able to realize that things like that aren't good.
Right.
Let's face it, throughout history, the victor has enslaved the less advanced, population.
Yeah, if they didn't already enslave themselves.
Yeah.
The Native Americans had tons and tons of slaves forever and ever before we ever fucking got here.
Exactly. You go look out through history. I mean, that's what people don't understand is everybody. You get the left that wants to make it a black-white issue. It's like no, there was white slaves, black slaves, brown slaves, yellow slaves. It didn't matter. Okay, slavery. Go back through history. Was pretty much always a thing. And to be able to move on from that is great. It's awesome.
Yeah. Would it be cool to be with those guys and just make that pitch on, like, let's make all men free right now?
Oh, yeah, that would be...
They would have loved that. Like, they would have liked that idea. Like, we're talking to all the men everywhere.
Yeah, it would have been another revolutionary idea. Right. And I'd be like, hey, and guess what? You know what? It might also help a little bit with maybe sidestepping the Civil War a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, but we'd probably still have that because that was more about state rights.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand is the Civil War wasn't really. I mean, it was and it wasn't slavery, but it's like we might have probably still had that, but maybe it would have. Maybe it might have, sidestepped it. I don't know. Probably not.
Well, but in our original thing, we're butterflying effect. So even if we convince that group of people, when we come back, it's all the same.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like that's why I'm not worried about rolling or anything. It's like I just.
Well, that's why I want to roll.
Can you bring back like stuff you can fit in the duffel bag?
Well, that's a good question.
Yes.
Now, okay, so how's that work? Like, if there's no butterfly effect, and I want to bring back the Declaration of Independence, like put it in a tube and save it so that I bring it back and it's just like the day it was written. How's that work?
So if you bring it back, that copy that you took didn't exist anymore. Therefore, if you take the Declaration of Independence, they still have it, but you have a copy of it.
Okay, cool. So I definitely want, Declaration of Independence, all that shit. U.S. Constitution. I'll pretty much just go through and grab one of each.
One of each.
And I want to get an actual picture of the signing. I want to get, I know there's paintings and everything. I want to get a picture. I want to get a picture of them all standing there signing that shit. Right after, of course, I sign it.
You sign it, Clint Eastwood.
Oh no, I'd sign it. I'd sign it, Slim Cowboy.
Oh man.
Slim motherfucking Cowboy. Let them figure that out. I don't know. Was fuck even a word at that point? I forget the origins of the word fuck. I think it is.
Well, now it's in the dictionary now.
Yeah, well, no, because it'll be a middle name. It'll be like a surname or whatever. Everywhere you go, people will be like, "I'm named after a famous person from the Civil War." Oh, what's your name? Motherfucking Smith.
uh,
That would be funny as hell.
that would be funny. This is fun. I'm telling you, making us some things like what if situation we go back in time. So how's work, my friend?
It's the same old shit. Not great, not terrible, just kind of mediocre. It is what it is. It pays the bills, puts gas in the tank, pays the rent, and occasionally buys me a new shiny toy.
Occasionally buys me a new shiny toy.
How about you, man? How's life going?
Going good. Just waiting until I go back to college.
What?
It's going good. I'm just waiting until I go back to college.
Stay in school. Definitely stay in school. What are you going to college for again?
Teaching.
Teaching. There you go. We need more teachers that have a decent brain.
It's a great gig. I'll be honest. Working in July sounds terrible.
Working in July.
I don't do that. What are you taking next quarter?
Marine biology, astronomy, and statistics.
Oh yeah, I asked you that before.
Yeah.
All right, Zara, what are you bringing back then? In your regular size duffel bag.
In my regular size duffel bag. Okay.
Enough for a Harley. And you take to the gym.
Oh my god. Okay. So I would take a whole suit of armor that I wore in battle. Huh?
You ain't fitting a whole set of full plate in a fucking duffel bag.
Yes, I am.
Oh wait, so if it's a normal size duffel bag, that means I can't bring back one of the cannons from the USS Constitution.
I guess not.
Damn it, that would go in my front yard.
You would try to do that?
I was gonna put that in my front yard, damn it.
Then why don't you just bring the whole boat?
Well, what the hell am I gonna do with a whole boat? You don't think someone's gonna notice that?
No, what you do is you buy a land next to the ocean, you just park it there.
Yeah. I mean, damn, the thing's still in service. They're gonna notice a second USS Constitution. Yeah.
Yeah, but you just never.
You just charge fucking let people walk around on it and shit. Charge them $5. That's what you do for a living now.
Yeah, I'll take people out on rides. There you go. Fine. You know what? Fine. I'll bring back the whole goddamn boat. And
they'll be like fake boat, and you're like, yeah, sure.
It's like, fine. It's a fake boat. Fuck you. Pay me money, or you're not getting on.
It's nicer than yours.
In reality, is the real one.
Bunch of experts coming back. Wow, you really got the detail really well. You're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I read a lot of books and stuff. I did it all myself.
Hey, I looked at a lot of pictures. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, paintings.
I would take back a whole suit of armor. Half of it I will wear as a pack. I'll take
Right now, I just wear the whole thing.
Okay, fine, wear the whole thing. I'll put a sword in there. No, I'll just hold the sword. And then what I'll do is take the crown.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Lots of crowns.
Crown. I'll take the painting of myself back. And let's see here. I'll take black.
So you can pick the Black Knight.
Pretty much.
You're gonna be able to say it's just a scratch.
Exactly. It's with orange on top. It's a sketch, man. But yeah, that's what I would take. Back home. What about you, Woods? What would you take back?
I like the idea of crowns and jewels and things. Because remember, I'm taking over the world, so I'm gonna have all the other crowns because those are mine now. Every time we take over a new country, we take all the kings and the queens and all the shit, all their shit, all their jewelry comes to me, and I put it in the bag.
See, but did either of you remember to bring back medicine so when you get wounded in battle, you don't die?
Oh, I took a whole bunch of medicine back then.
Well, I mean, part of that is that we would live a long time because we know to wash our hands and boil things.
Exactly.
Yeah, but still, especially you go. I mean, you got to remember, they thought Franklin was nuts because he took, what was it, like air baths or whatever? Like, they did not wash.
Oh, yeah, we already talked. Before you got on, my soldiers make you wash. To be a soldier, you need to wash 3 times a day because you're fucking gross, like all of them. That's why my soldiers would be cleaner and better than all the other ones because I would have taught them hygiene. I can't think of a lot of stuff that I'd really want other than like enough money to where when I come back, I don't have to work anymore. If I brought enough diamonds and stuff, I could be the pro to a Bloomberg.
Yeah, but you see, your goal is to make sure that people like them never even get into enough power to be.
We don't get to change the past though. We can just bring shit back.
Yeah, but okay. Instead of
bringing back enough money to fight him, because I have more.
Think about this all wrong. Instead of fighting him with money, you just hire somebody good enough to knock the motherfucker out and be done with it. You know?
Well, then his money'd still be there.
Okay, so you hire somebody good enough with a computer that they can electronically eliminate his fortune. I don't know.
But then if I'm meeting people that are like good electronics, they might be able to take my fortune.
Well, you tell them that they can have half of it. You pay them good enough, they won't.
I was just thinking like here in Washington, the owner of the Seahawks that died. Oh, I'm sad. Gave $1 million, and then one of the founders of Amazon gave $1 million, and they collectively raised about $6 million to get that 1639 passed. So I just come in and spend $30 million. In every state, we have a battle, and I outspend them.
Woods will be our Bloomberg.
It isn't my money.
Oh, and I'm gonna take back a fidget spinner. That way, I can introduce fidget spinners back then.
Oh my god!
That way, we can have that fad over and done with. When I come back, I don't have to deal with that shit.
Just imagine when you come back, it's worse.
You have no idea how much I hate those things.
Yeah, I'll come back and it'll be like the national fucking sport.
Fidget spinning.
Competitive fidget spinning.
Competitive fidget spinning.
It's an Olympic event.
It will be an Olympic event. That'll be how fucked it will be because with my luck, it will be an Olympic event.
Yeah. Olympic fidget spinning.
I like the idea of like if you can change the past, like helping the Irish take over the English Isles and then see how that affects history. I love the Irish. You can make fun of them; they don't fucking care. They don't get butthurt about shit. They embrace the stereotype. They don't get fucking hurt about it.
They don't.
I can make pro 2A movies.
Yes.
Like hire all the people that are pro 2A actors and like make really great movies.
Make the movies. Make the movies great again.
Buy Browning's old house in Utah that we keep looking at.
Now be like our Gunchannels headquarters.
Yeah. Give that to G.
I'm surprised no one said it. No one said that they would go back in time and see Browning.
Yeah, I think we kind of failed.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to see, like John Browning.
I want to go work for him.
Design the fucking 1911.
I'll pay him. Just let me hang out in the shop.
That would be a close second. If I could go back and meet like John Browning and Samuel Colt and stuff like that, that would be cool.
You could follow him to England, and then when he's making the high power, you could convince him not to make it 9mm so he doesn't get so sad he dies.
Yeah, really.
It's just a theory. I'm just throwing it out there. We don't really know. Because he didn't finish it. Somebody else put it in 9mm.
Well, okay. If we're going back in time, I want to meet Elmer Keith.
You want to meet who?
Elmer Keith.
Who's that?
Guy that forced Smith & Wesson and Remington to come up with the 44 Magnum.
Did you say 44 Magnum guy?
Yeah. I'd want to go back. I'd want to go back and shoot with Elmer. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I like the idea of going, like I said, going back to Egypt and watching them build the pyramid.
Yeah.
Seeing what that really was about. And going back when they really actually built it 100,000 years ago and not just 10,000 years ago.
Oh, while we're at it, let's go back and find out what the fuck Stonehenge was supposed to be.
About what, Stonehenge?
Yeah, nobody can figure it out. Everybody, I think the new current theory is calendar, but they've had to move it and reset up everything a couple times, so I don't think anybody knows. That's what
It's called the Giants Bowl.
There's actually a couple rare photos of like them moving the Stonehenge and repositioning them because they fell over and stuff.
They had to put it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got so much cool legend with it. Uther Pendragon was buried there. One of the tales I heard about it, some ancient people thought it was where a giant would put his ball down so he could wash his face and hands. that was just the holder upper of the big bowl that you could put on it. But if I could go back to Egypt, I'm pretty sure I definitely could take over the world at that point.
You would be Woods the Pharaoh.
There'd be another whole pyramid.
And then you see statues of Shotgun.
My luck, there really was magic and fucking demons back then, and fucking I'd have to live like Ash.
Oh my god.
At least in my life, the universe has never proved that it's on my side. Generally, it's not.
Tomorrow I'm gonna ask if anyone sees my posts on Gunchannels. Do you see my post now, Woods?
No.
That is odd.
But you know that little part that the people on Gunchannels, how many people are online? I don't know how accurate that is. There's only like the 4 of us.
Yeah, mine says 12.
Yours says 12? I don't know what's wrong with my fucking feed then. I don't know. Mine says 4.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yes, mine says 4.
Yeah, Pants is out there somewhere.
Yeah. You know what? That give me 1 second.
We'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
We're going to get like Potatoes or like Dead Horse or something to jump in here and show us how to do it.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'm gonna cut this.
I haven't seen much of either one of those guys in the last week or so.
Yeah, I need to talk to Potatoes. But I think I'm gonna cut this live chat a little bit short.
I don't blame you, man. I'm going to go to bed. I'm finishing my smoke. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it off of live, and if you guys don't mind, my computer needs to do an update. So I don't know if it's gonna do a force update while I stay live type of thing. So, but I think I'm gonna stop it now. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.